Hey, soap fans, we really need to talk about Tuesday, August 11, because this is the day John Oliver finally makes his big debut on Days of Our Lives. I know we have all been waiting for this. So we finally have a name for his character, Devlin St. John. Just sounds like a soap opera villain name, right? But he is the water commissioner of Salem. And this is huge. Because if you have been paying attention to the whole EJ DiMera drug scandal, you know things are bad. EJ has been covering up this massive mess with DiMera Pharmaceutical, the tainted drug, the stuff that killed Destiny, the stuff that made Holly pass out, and now it looks like it is in the water supply. Or at least EJ needs the water commissioner to help him cover up the environmental disaster he created. So Devlin is going to be this quirky, weird schemer. He is making a dirty deal with EJ. And he is going to share scenes with EJ and his assistant, Rita Leslie. You just know EJ is sweating bullets right now. His entire empire is crumbling. He is cornered. So he is throwing money or threats at Devlin to keep the water contamination quiet. But here is the thing. Devlin also has to deal with Mayor Paulina Price. And Paulina is not stupid. She has been around the block. She fought hard to build her life in Salem. And she is dealing with so much right now. Her daughter Chanel has aggressive breast cancer and is dealing with scary premature labor complications. So Paulina is stressed to the max. She has zero patience for a quirky water commissioner lying to her face about the town's water supply. I really don't think Devlin knows who he is messing with when it comes to Paulina. She will rip him apart if she smells a rat. But EJ thinks he has it all under control, which he doesn't. He never does. And then we have Theo, poor, sweet Theo Carver. Tuesday is supposed to be a happy day. It is Abe Carver's birthday. But it is just a complete nightmare behind the scenes because Lexie is dying again. Doctor, Rolf's stupid resurrection drug is failing. It was just a temporary fix, and Theo knows it. But he is hiding his growing worries from Abe. He just wants his dad to have one happy birthday, just one good day before the world falls apart again. Because Abe has been through the ringer. He is the former police commissioner. He is a good man. First, he lost Lexie years ago to a brain tumor. Then he finally moved on and married Paulina. Then Lexie miraculously came back from the dead. And Paulina bravely moved out to give them space. And now, so Theo is carrying this massive, heavy burden all by himself. Trying to smile, trying to pretend everything is fine, but he is breaking inside, and it gets worse. Because later on Tuesday, Theo ends up having a really tense chat with Marlena Evans. And you know Marlene. She is the town shrink, the emotional anchor for everyone in Salem. So Theo is talking to her, and suddenly it clicked. He realizes that Lexie already told Marlena that the drug was failing. Lexie confided in Marlena instead of her own son or husband. And Theo is just crushed by this. He is probably angry too, because why would Marlena keep this a secret? But Marlena has doctor-patient confidentiality. Still, it hurts. It just hurts so much to know your mother is dying and she told the town therapist before she told you. Theo has already lost her once. Doing it a second time is just cruel. But the secrets don't stop there, because Kat Green is busy snooping. Kat is this undercover ISA agent. She spent time in an Italian rehab facility reading Wuthering Heights to a comatose EJ. So they have this weird history. And she has been pressing EJ for answers. She has been playing this dangerous game with him, but she is also a really good eavesdropper. So Kat overhears something massive. She finds out that EJ is hiding a dying Lexie. EJ doesn't want the world to know that his miracle drug failed. He doesn't want the PR nightmare. He doesn't want to go to prison. So he is literally hiding Lexie away in the secret DiMera tunnels, just letting her die in the dark so he can cover his track. It is so sick. It is classic, ruthless EJ. So Kat goes to Marlena first. They talk about it. And then Kat takes this explosive information straight to Chad DiMera. And Chad is just disgusted. Chad has always tried to be the good DiMera. He hates what his brother is doing. He hates the legacy of his father, Stefano. So when Kat tells him that EJ locked Lexie in the tunnels, Chad loses it. He knows he has to do something right now. So Chad makes a major request. He asks Kat for a favor. He needs her help to sneak into those tunnels because he is going to get Theo and they are going to break in. They have to find Lexie before it is too late. The DiMera tunnels are legendary. So many people have been kidnapped and held hostage down there over the years. John, Marlena, Sammy, everyone. And now Lexie is down there in some secret room fading away. It is just heartbreaking. But Chad is determined. He is going to help Theo find his mom for one last goodbye. EJ is going to pay for this. And speaking of Marlena, she is just getting pulled in every direction on Tuesday because Belle Black shows up. And Belle is obsessed with this Stefano DiMera mystery, the missing chess pawn, the weird currency, the key. Belle and Chad have been looking into it. And Belle wants Marlena to get involved. She wants her mom to help investigate this ongoing chessboard puzzle. But Marlena is terrified. And who can blame her? Stefano tortured Marlena for decades. He locked her in cages. He brainwashed her. He possessed her. He made her life a living hell. She was his queen, and John was his pawn. And now John is dead. Marlena is grieving. So Marlena does not want to play Stefano's sick games from beyond the grave. She warns Belle to drop it. She begs her daughter to let these old secrets stay buried because Marlena just has this terrible feeling. She fears that bad news is coming. If Stefano left a puzzle, the prize at the end is going to be a bomb, figuratively or literally. But Belle is stubborn. She is a lawyer. She likes answers. So Belle explains to Marlena exactly why she has to pursue this with Chad. She can't just let it go. She needs to know what the missing pawn means. Does it mean a person? Does it mean another brainwashed victim is walking around Salem? Belle is not going to stop. And Marlena is just sitting there filled with dread because she knows Stefano always wins, even when he is dead. And then we have to talk about the absolute mess happening over in Alamainia because things are reaching a boiling point. Leo Stark is trapped. Gwen Rizchek is trapped. And Dmitri von Leuschner is completely losing his mind. He is holding them hostage. So Leo does what Leo does best. He tries to talk his way out of it. He tries to negotiate with a madman. Leo tells Dmitri that maybe, just maybe, they can have a future together. He dangles that carrot. He plays on Dmitri's obsession. But there is a catch. Leo says Dmitri has to let Gwen go. If Gwen goes free, Leo will stay. It is actually a pretty selfless move for Leo, because usually Leo only cares about himself, but he is trying to save his best friend. Remember, Dmitri used to be married to Gwen while secretly sleeping with Leo. It is a messy, toxic triangle. But Dmitri is not falling for it. Or maybe he is just too paranoid. Dimitri holds all the cards right now. He has the gun. He has the power. So he refuses Leo's deal. He insists that they are both coming with him. Dimitri has a new hideout picked up, a place where no one will ever find them. He wants to lock Leo and Gwen away forever until they realize they all belong together. And it is terrifying. Gwen is exhausted. Leo is panicking. Dimitri is just ranting and raving. But here's the best part. Dimitri thinks he has won, but he doesn't know that Rafe Hernandez is literally right outside. Rafe followed the clues. Rafe flew to Alamainia, and Rafe is on the verge of busting through that door and ruining Dimitri's entire sick plan. It is going to be epic. Rafe is going to play the hero, and Dimitri's mess is about to get so much messier. I can't wait to see Dimitri's smug face drop when Rafe kicks that door in. And we can't forget about Javi Hernandez in all of this Alamainia chaos. Javi is an absolute wreck right now. He just broke up with Gus because he finally had this massive epiphany that he is still completely, hopelessly in love with Leo. So Javi is not just sitting around in Salem waiting for updates. Oh no, Javi is frantic. He is determined to save the man he loved. He is probably defying Rafe's orders left and right because he just can't handle the anxiety of Leo being in danger. Javi knows how dangerous Dimitri is. He knows Dimitri is delusional. So knowing that Rafe is about to bust in is great, but Javi wants to be there too. He wants to be the one to pull Leo out of that nightmare. The emotional reunion between Javi and Leo is going to be so intense after all of this trauma. And circling back to the DiMera drama, we really have to think about Johnny DiMera in all of this. EJ is hiding Lexie in the tunnels. EJ is making dirty deals with Devlin St. John, and Johnny is carrying the weight of his father's dark secret. Johnny is a good guy. He doesn't want to be like Stefano. He doesn't want to be like EJ, but he is terrified. He knows that if the truth comes out about EJ covering up Lexie's failing health and the tainted drugs, the consequences are going to destroy his family. Johnny's marriage to Chanel is already under so much stress with her cancer. Carrying this guilt is just eating Johnny alive. Every day he stays silent, the stakes get higher. And when Chad and Theo finally bust into those tunnels and find Lexie, EJ's entire world is going to explode. And Johnny is going to be caught right in the blast radius. So much drama, so many secrets. We will be watching every single second.